Okay, Unit 4, Video 4 is all about scatter plots. A scatter plot has points that show the relationship between two sets of data. So here is our data. The example says the local ice cream shop keeps track of how much ice cream they sell versus the noon temperature on that day. So here in one column I have the ice cream sales, so these are the totals in hundreds, and on the right side there in the green I have the temperature in Celsius. Okay, so now we have our graph. Down here, the X is actually our temperature, degrees Celsius, and then over here is total sales. Okay, so we're simply going to put X's where they match up. So at 11.9, I'm at 185, so that's about there. At 14.2, I'm at 215. So that's about there. And I'm going to continue to put these in each of the places the dots go. And so that's just all you're doing for this scatter plot. You're just putting these points where they go together. Okay, so it's no different than just an XY graph. You're just doing it. Typically you'll see it with little X's. Sometimes you'll see dots, but it varies, of a scatter plot. So the line of best fit is a line of best fit, or a trend line, which is a straight line that best represents the data on a scatter plot. So they're only with a scatter plot. This line may pass through some of the points, none of the points, or all of the points. And we're going to use our graphing calculators to find this, because we're going to be using the graphing calculators with these dots, and to go from there. All right, line of best fit. You're going to try to have the line as close as possible to all points and as many points above the line and below. Okay, so we're back to our graph here, and I wanted to put this on here. Our line of best fit would look something like this, okay? Something about that. I just totally did a sketch, but now, of course, like always, we want you to know what the equation is for that. So we need to figure out what would be the equation, okay? So we're going to use our graphing calculator. Now, we're going to have entered all this data. All right, so here's the data again, the ice cream sales and the temperatures. And now remember, well, we can decide how we're going to do it, but I'm going to call the temperature my line 1, and I'm going to call my ice cream sales my line 2. So we're going to go and we're going to hit the stat button on our calculator, followed by the enter button, or if you notice it says edit, so we want to edit, and then you're going to see this list. Okay, and we're going to enter all these digits into list 2, and we're going to enter all these, including those decimals, into list 1. Now, one thing we have to make sure that we do when we're doing this is we have to make sure we have the scatter plot turned on, or the stat plot. So after this, after we've listed all this, we need to do second stat plot, and make sure that it says on for our plot, not off, okay? And now to let the calculator do the work for you here, for the line of best fit, you're going to hit stat, followed by, you're going to move it to calc number 4, which is the line of regression, AX plus B. When you have put all this in and you hit enter, it is going to give you an equation, all right? And depending on your calculator, it may just give you your A and your B term, and then it tells you y equals AX plus B. So you would literally type that in, y equals whatever the A value is with X attached to it, plus whatever the B value is. And that would be your line of best fit, or your equation of that line. And then if you graphed it with stat plot on, you would see the line should be going basically in the middle of all those points type of deal, where there's the same amount of points above and the same amount of points below.